All right, welcome to another episode of Unstoppable REI. I'm here with my friend Daniel Martinez, and we were just talking about podcasting. I can learn a lot from him and his podcast network, both in Spanish and in English, right? Do you have other languages too? Those are only two?
Um, it's funny you say that. So I've thought about it in the future, but and that's one thing we've come across. So with our vast network, we've come across other entrepreneurs that are real estate related that speak other languages. So that's
Okay.
something hopefully to bring out in the future. We can coordinate up to 15 different languages if you need help with the REI space.
That's crazy. Okay, I'll keep that. I'll keep that in mind. So let's jump right in it, man. So tell me your story, your 30-second elevator pitch, man.
30-second elevator pitch. I'll
Yeah.
knock it down to 15 seconds.
All right.
Ex-truck driver, used to load trucks, pivoted into real estate because I actually started my trucking business. So I was a truck driver, trucking business, pivoted into real estate and then software, and now I do data. So I'm all over the place in real estate.
Okay. Well, obviously that's a perfect connection, truck driver to data. So there's, I feel like there's a little bit more of a story in there someplace. We may not have time for the for the 2-hour pitch. So, well, I mean, but how did it connect? I mean, what drew you to real estate? I mean, how did that work?
I'm a product of podcasting. That's why I give back to the community in my own way. So I'm a product of podcasting. So I used to listen to a lot of YouTube and podcasts while I was driving, and I had all the time in the world. I mean, when you're driving, you got all the time in the world. So for people that are truck driving or in that space that have a lot of time, instead of listening to music, listen to education. So you know where you end up. You don't know where you'll end up.
Well, right. There you go. Now, I remember from our one of our earlier conversations, you were saying that you guys do primarily land stuff, right?
Yes, but we do a lot of other stuff too. Like right now, I'm working on a mobile home flip, kind of innovation agreement, but we're doing a lot of land, 100%.
Okay, all right. So tell me, what is one thing that you wish you would have known when you got started?
Man, and it depends what business, but finding a mentor early and knowing, not reinventing the wheel. There's somebody that's already done and gone down the path you want to go, and you don't have to relearn all the mistakes by yourself.
That makes sense. In fact, drawing on our before we hit the record button, we were talking about Steve Jobs. I can't remember the exact quote, but the bottom line is you steal from people who is something that's instead of creating it from scratch. You just take something that's already working, right? I think people call it modeling. There's all kind of words, but bottom line, you don't start from scratch. Good, that makes sense. So tell me, man, what was like your biggest failure that you had, and I guess I'm focusing maybe on the real estate side. So the biggest failure and what you learned from that.
I'm gonna kind of mention trucking too. My biggest failure, because I'll do both.
Yeah. Two for the price of one.
My biggest failure is that not all business should be run by you. And by that, I mean, you shouldn't invest your time into every business that you think is a good idea. You always look throughout and make sure it's a good point. I went into trucking thinking I had a CDL, I can start a trucking business, but it wasn't the business for me. So that was my one mistake. As far as real estate goes, don't get hung up on one deal. There's always more out there.
Okay. Yeah, it's really easy to get emotional. And you know what? That's easier said than done, though. You know what I mean? Because it's real easy to get tied. I mean, emotionally locked into a deal. Like, let me ask you this: what is the biggest amount of money that you had riding on a deal that you could have made that didn't happen?
I had a seller pass away on a Friday, and I was closing Monday, and I lost $27,000. Wow,
but we can't control that. That's kind of but that's I mean, what do you do? Okay, crazy. Okay, so what would you say if somebody wanted to be what advice would you give somebody who wanted to do what you're doing? What advice would you give them starting out?
As far as with real estate, acquire the information. Talk to a mentor. If you're already in the space, learn how to optimize and utilize your time more wisely.
Okay.
It's definitely, if you're just starting, learn as much as you can. Podcast, YouTube, everything is out there. You just have to compile it in some form.
So speaking of learning, what would you say have been your best resources so far?
I mean, podcasting, YouTube.
Okay, two best. Okay,
well, two best. That's it. I'm not a reader, so I'm not a. I can't say books on that one. Just being truthfully.
Sure, no, I'm with you. And of course, there's even audio books out there. Do you do Audible at all or no?
Not okay. So what happened is when I was trucking, I had all the time in the world.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then when I started my own business, I kind of lost all that time.
I can see
now
that.
it's just like, I don't even listen to my own podcast. This is a side note. I don't even listen to my own podcast that I release till once I record it, it's done. I don't listen to it again.
Right. No, I understand that. How many episodes do you have out there?
We're doing 5 a week. Today is Tuesday, right? Or Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
So episode 143 released today.
143. Congratulations, man. That's a lot. Over what period of time has that been?
We launched in September, and it's March 30th right now.
Okay, man, that's crazy. That's a lot of episodes, a lot of talking, a lot of question asking, right?
It's one of those things where like I had episodes sandbag before I started, and I have, like, even right now we're doing 5 episodes a week. This is my second podcast today. I'm probably 13 episodes ahead right now. I'm 2 weeks ahead right now.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Nice. Okay.
And I'm bringing in more co-hosts to help me bring in more episodes, so it's less on me.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's kind of a system. Huh, that's cool, man. So who would you say are your top 3 most influential people in your life, or that have been in your life over your career, or, however you want to put it?
For me, it's been my partners, man. My partners in business.
Okay.
I've grown really good relationships with them.
Okay.
And it's like, when you get stuck in business, it's really hard to relate to people, especially regular people, just because we're crazy in our own way.
Sure.
It's hard to have regular friends. So the only friends we have are crazy just like us.
Right. Agreed. Agreed. So those have been your influences. So you said just your partners. I mean, who in particular? I mean, is there a couple?
Oh, I had a partner with trucking that helped me out a lot. He kind of like introduced me to entrepreneurship as a whole, just because I was young and dumb. I mean, I started my first business when I was 25.
Okay.
So just working with him for 2 years, I learned. He had like 15 years of entrepreneur experience. So I learned a lot of dealing with people, dealing with personalities, dealing with issues and problem solving. Just got fed through the water hose, just my own company. And you get that with your business, of course.
Yeah.
He kind of like walked me through it. Second partner's taught me a lot with negotiations. I've learned a lot with negotiations, sales psychology, just learning a lot of different aspects of the business where I've kind of leveled up my experience.
Okay. Now, what are you doing with the land? You flipping it, or are you guys developing it? I mean, what are you doing with the land primarily?
We're generally trying to buy and sell. We're just buying and selling. So we try not to do too much. We're doing a little bit more now. So we bought 100 acres in August of last year that we bought subdivided, and that's what we're doing right now. But we're generally just trying to buy and sell. We're not trying to put any forth of effort, time, and money expense up on the front end. So we're just flipping it.
Got it. So 100 acres, how long does it take you to, I mean, you're chopping up smaller pieces and flipping that, or how does that work?
Yeah. So we subdivided it on paper, 10 to 15 acre lots. And then we're selling them off. So we're under contract. We're under contract for the last bit of it right now. So hopefully it'll be done in the next 60 days or less, hopefully, when that deal will be complete.
Okay. So that's how many different buyers have you sold to from that one plot of land, you think?
We subdivided it into 10 lots.
10. I got
acres, 10.
Got it. That's a pretty big chunk. 10 acres. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good chunk.
Yeah. So what is a myth that you could dispel about real estate?
That you need money. That's a big myth. A lot of people think they need money to invest.
That's a big myth. Yeah.
A lot of the deals we've done have been owner finance deals. So we give them $5,000 to $10,000 down up front, take title, and sell it on the MLS. So we're doing a lot of creative finance. We do a lot of creative deals in general. We'll get a property, like we get a property contract for a low down payment, which is a beauty. We like land.
Yeah.
So we'll get a property under contract for 30 cents on the dollar, and then we'll sell it with 30 cents on the dollar down, and then we'll just owner finance it.
Nice. So do you find? Yeah. Go ahead. We're gonna say. I didn't mean to cut you off. Oh, okay.
So we become the bank.
Oh, the bank.
We like leveraging.
Okay.
We like leveraging opportunities like that.
No, that makes sense. Would you say that land is sort of that there's not a lot of competition in that, or more and more people They're not a lot, right?
It's wide open.
Okay, that's what I would think.
Open. There's
That's
plenty
what I
of
would think.
opportunity.
Okay, because I think people don't know what to do with it. I don't, I mean, it's like I don't know, subdividing it and all that stuff seems like, and developing it seems like a whole nother thing. But that's cool. Yeah, I like that. So if you were,
I hopped on a podcast.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I hopped on a podcast and he asked us like, why do you like land? Like there's no foreseen value. Yeah. Like that's why we like it, because we can create value. So whereas houses, it has a finite value. It has a finite value because it might have the neighbor across the street house sold for 200,000. You know the house is worth 200,000. With this, we kind of create value by owner financing and getting it with low payments and stuff like that.
Sure, and I love that because, like you said, there's not a lot of competition either. So if somebody doesn't understand it, it's like, good. Yeah, I don't want you to understand it. We'll stay here. This will be our niche. So, if you were in my shoes, you were asking the questions. What would you ask you? I mean, what am I missing? What should I be asking you about here that I'm not?
Automating your business. I think a lot of people underestimate it.
Okay.
They don't automate their processes. They try and hire too fast before, and they run out of marketing funds, whether they hire too many VAs or they're using too many resources. So if you can coordinate and automate that front end marketing process, you can have longevity in the business, because most wholesalers, they run out of business. I think it's one of your big things that 95% of businesses, real estate businesses, go out of business in the first year.
Sure. Okay, so you're saying that, so the key really is automation. Instead of even hiring people, the next step is to automate. So
yeah, our whole thing is to automate before you delegate, because you might have to delegate it all.
That's smart. That's smart. So if you've got all the technology handling everything, you could still maybe be a 1 or 2 person shop, still keep the bulk of the profits. That's nice. Yeah, I think that's a smart idea. So before I ask the last question here, man, where can people reach out to you? I see you got tell me about the Hivemind stuff you got behind you there.
So Hivemind is a mastermind. It's a software. We help people automate their business. It's an all-in-one platform. Most of our clients save an average of $600 or more per month just by switching to our product. Okay. You get unlimited websites, unlimited users, a dialer. You can text, call, email, and then you can build out your back-end automation just so you can convert those leads and follow up.
Nice. So you can help them to do the automation that we're talking about. I like it. So
100%.
Yeah, go ahead.
We've helped a lot of clients. We've helped a lot of clients make more money. So that's what we do.
I love that, man. I love that. And I think a lot of real estate investors are maybe scared of technology. Do you see that? That they just don't, maybe they don't understand it? Because I mean, if you could save, but what's keeping people from doing it? Why how come everybody's not automating like that? You know what
I mean? There's 2 different types of people, and most people fit either one or the other side. So most businesses, if you're familiar with Traction, which I did read, you have integrator and visionary. So most people are either one or the other. So either they're good at systems and bad at sales, or they're good at sales and bad at systems.
I see.
So we try and coordinate that within our group, that, hey, if you're good at sales, find somebody good at systems to help that back end part of it, whether you partner or hire them. And then you can kind of work both sides of it and find the right tools to make a cohesive business in this real estate space.
Sure. I love it. So how can people reach out to you, man? How can they connect with you?
So you can actually text us at 210-972-1842. Okay. If you text the keyword course, and we have a free Facebook group, Hivemind CRM, on Facebook.
Nice. Okay, cool, man. So I got one more question for you. So you alluded to it about the 95%. So if you Google the term real estate investor failure rate, you see 95% of real estate investors fail, which is, that's a huge number. So I guess you're obviously not failing. So you're in the top 5%, maybe in the top 1%. I see all the brains back there. So that must represent your brain, right? So
no,
it does not. That does not represent brain. Okay, all right. Well, go ahead.
Every brain that is around me, the reason why I like this background is it's people that contribute to the knowledge.
Oh, okay. Smart. I love that. So the combined brain power. I like that. So you and your combined brain power, you guys you're succeeding, and so bottom line, you're not failing. So I guess so. Two questions. Number one, how would you define the word unstoppable? Okay, and how when it came to succeeding, and I think I kind of know the answer to this question based on our conversation so far, but when it came to succeeding in an industry with a 95% failure rate, how did you make yourself unstoppable?
How do you become unstoppable? I think the biggest thing is up here, your mindset.
Okay.
Your mindset is what drives you, and a lot of people quit, which is why there's a failure rate.
Yeah.
I think you got to get your mind right. You got to understand the process, get your mind right, understand that there is failures and stepping stones that get to where you want to succeed. And it's not it doesn't happen overnight for everybody. Sometimes there's outliers that it does happen to, but it doesn't happen overnight. Overnight success sometimes looks like 10 years of work.
Well, yeah, it's funny. It's like, right. 30-year overnight success, right? Okay. I like that. So it's about the mindset. It's about taking time. Okay. I love that. And so how did you apply that to your career and you're making yourself unstoppable?
Man, I think the biggest thing that I've had is I haven't quit. You have to have a big why. And for me, it was my kids, man. I wanted to be at home with my kids, and that's all I do now. So I work from home. I do everything from home. I don't leave the office very often.
Nice.
And it's I make a joke about it, but being all serious, I'm a stay-at-home dad with my wife.
I love that. I love that. How old are your kids?
I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So I spend a lot of time with them throughout the day.
So girl, boy, how many of each?
I have 2 girls, and my youngest is a boy.
Nice. Okay. All right. I like that. Do you guys homeschool?
They're so young; they're not even in school.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I've got 4, and we homeschool. When I say we, I meant my wife. But so but being at home, it's great. So and I hear you 100%. You need to have a reason why. It makes all the difference. Makes all the difference. Well, Daniel, man, I appreciate your time, sir. I know you're busy with all the collective brain power going on back there, and but I love the automation stuff, and we're gonna have to have a separate conversation about that because I got to get some of that stuff going. I think that I'm wide open to it. Okay, so I'm cool with it, and I'm starting to look around, figure out, what's the best technology, what's going on, and so I'm open to it. So anyway, so we'll have to have a separate conversation about that. I appreciate your time, and don't be a stranger, sir. We'll talk again soon here, okay?
Sounds great. Appreciate it.
All right, man. You take care, Daniel.
Bye.
All right, bye now.